The Xiphos is a double-edged, one-handed Iron Age straight short sword used by the ancient Greeks. It was a secondary battlefield weapon for the Greek armies after the dory or javelin. The classic blade was generally about 50 to 60 centimeters long, although the Spartans supposedly started to use blades as short as 30 centimeters around the era of the Greco-Persian Wars. The Xiphos sometimes has a midrib, or is diamond or lenticular in cross-section. It was generally hung from a baldric under the left arm. The Xiphos was generally used only when the spear was discarded for close combat. Very few Xiphoi seem to have survived. Stone's glossary has the Xiphos being a name used by Homer for a sword. The entry in the book says that the sword had a double-edged blade, widest at about 2/3 of its length from the point, and ending in a very long point. The name Xiphos apparently means something in the way of penetrating light, according to researcher and swordsmith Peter Johnson. The Xiphos' leaf-shaped design lent itself to both cutting and thrusting. The design has most likely been in existence since the appearance of the first swords. Blades in bronze and iron are suitable for a leaf shape due to the softness of the metals in comparison to steel. Bronze swords are cast and are thus more easily formed into a leaf shape than iron swords, which need to be forged. The early Xiphos was a bronze sword. In the classical period it would have been made of iron. The early Celtic Latin short sword, contemporary with the Xiphos, had a virtually identical blade design as the Xiphos. Bronze leaf-shaped swords from as early as the late 2nd millennium still survive. The Urnfield culture is associated with the use of the leaf-shaped bronze short sword. It is generally thought that iron swords had replaced bronze swords by the early Latin culture about 500 BC. During the Hallstatt culture, a mixture of bronze and iron swords seem to have existed side by side. Iron tends to become severely oxidized over the years, and few iron swords have survived, in contrast to bronze swords that age very well. Thus, much is known regarding the sword during the Bronze Age but less so in the early Iron Age. Bronze thrusting swords from the 2nd millennium still exist in excellent condition. The word is attested in Mycenaean Greek Linear B formas, (CPE). A relation to Arabic Xiphon and Egyptian Sephot has been suggested, although this does not explain the presence of the labia vela in Mycenaean. One suggestion connects Ossetic sickle, which would point to a virtual Indo-European *quivro.